Let's talk about the 2025 WWE Royal Rumble banger pay-per-view. I thought pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I thought pretty good.
We might as well get into it. Let's start with the first match, Zach.
Sure.
The Women's Royal Rumble. Charlotte Flair wins. The return. Were you surprised?
Not really. I think in our TikTok, I guessed that Charlotte Flair was gonna win.
You predicted her.
Yeah, it kind of seemed obvious that she was gonna win.
Yeah, I thought the ending. That's the one thing that kind of ruined the ending for me. I think it was her, Nia Jackson. Like what? Who else was it? Roxanne Perez maybe at the end.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think you knew who was gonna win at that point. You knew it was Charlotte Flair's match to lose.
100%.
It's too obvious. But the rest of the match was not a bad match. We had Alexa Bliss returning. I was excited about that. I thought because she was supposed to. They were saying she wasn't coming back, and then all of a sudden she shows up. Massive pop. Everybody went nuts.
Yeah.
I think before with Triple H, she hasn't been around a lot. But before Triple H, when Vince was running the show, she was like one of the best used women's wrestlers on the roster for me, in my opinion. I think she was double champ at one point, or she at least won both belts, both SmackDown and Raw women's titles. She had a good gimmick and everything. She's great on the mic. She's very talented. So her being back is huge for this women's roster, women's locker room. I think one thing about this whole match was the depth in the women's locker room.
Yeah, I agree.
And it shows you like all the women that showed up from NXT, TNA, SmackDown, Raw. That they have way more than they use on SmackDown and Raw.
The way they portray it just seems like it's two, like on Raw especially, it just seems like there's two people. There's Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, and then there's Raquel Rodriguez. They try to push her, right? But there's so many other better women's wrestlers. I feel like that they could elevate. Like Io Sky, I feel like they should utilize her more. Mm-hmm. They don't. I feel like they just don't use the depth that they have. They use it kind of well on SmackDown, mm-hmm. right? But they kind of could go more than that. On Raw, it just seems like it's just like two women that show out and they fight, and the other ones like that, like the US. Like I don't feel like the US title really
or the Intercontinental.
Or sorry, the Intercontinental, not the US. The Intercontinental doesn't match doesn't seem like it's like that big of a deal either.
It doesn't get the same shine as like the US title.
Yeah, but that's kind of unfair because I think Chelsea Green's just a better wrestler and better overall a wrestler in the business. So I just kind of feel like she does a great job. She was better. She was sick in the Rumble too. I feel like she was doing. She had a great moment in the Rumble.
She always does a good job of using her time. And making it work for herself. I think the amount of people that you saw in this match, like now they have Jordynne Grace too, and now you have like another person who looks like a star. People going nuts over her. They're gonna have to find a way to create more camera time and more TV time for all these women because they're stacked now.
Yeah,
and you can't just keep using Rhea Ripley every week and just like pushing her over. The rest of these women. You know what I hated though? I hated the Nia Jax eliminating like 50 people at once.
I did too.
Because for the longest time in this match, nobody was being eliminated, and I'm like, "Where's the elimination? Somebody's gonna get eliminated." They did it all at once, and it ruined most of the match for me. Because I'm like, what's the point of her getting a shine over everybody else? Where you could have probably created more stories using like Liv Morgan eliminating somebody, or like somebody else eliminating somebody else. They could have done something with that spot. Instead, they just give it to Nia Jax, who probably doesn't even need it. She had like that women's title run. Yeah, looked pretty dominant and looked great. I don't think you needed to give her this whole she eliminated 9 people at once move. It made no sense to me.
Same, I agree with that 100%. It just kind of seemed like at the end it was kind of like the hype in the beginning was so much better. Yeah. And then near the end it was like, okay, like this match is kind of all right. Like in the beginning I was like, oh, this match is sick. Mm-hmm. Like after every entrance would come in, like you would it looked like it was building up to be a quality match. Yeah. But then at the end it was a dud in my opinion.
I agree. Nikki Bella at 30. Do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I don't really have any thoughts.
I thought Jade Cargill was gonna show up. And then they were going to have that story with whatever happened to her getting attacked by somebody and with Bianca and like...
Oh, you thought?
I thought that Bianca was going to be the heel or something like that. I thought there would be some sort of storyline. Oh, that was my key... That was what I was looking forward to in this match mostly. Her returning and seeing what was the storyline they were building. But nothing happened. I don't know if that storyline's dead or what. Or are they going to come back to maybe the Elimination Chamber or something? But
maybe, hopefully. But because she seemed like a big piece in this whole thing, right? Because I kind of felt like she was also like... slowly being built to be like to be a top contender for the title, hold the title.
Yeah. Like one of the top faces in the company too.
100%. There was great moments in this match. It was great, great surprise entrances like Alexa Bliss coming. Even like
Jordynne Grace.
I thought it was gonna be like more. Like I'm like, this is like to be honest, this is like a stacked roster. And I thought it'd be like there'd be much more potential. But when you got, like you said, when you got down to like the final 3, it's like it's kind of obvious you know who's gonna win.
At least they showcased NXT roster pretty well on this one.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there was like 5 NXT women's wrestlers. They all looked great in the whole match too. So you know what? Triple H just used those women's wrestlers a lot better. You know.
I agree.
This division should be booming. All right, so let's grade this match. I'm gonna give it a B-. I'm
gonna give it a C+.
Damn, I was torn between C+ and B- too.
I feel like it's a C+ because you kind of knew the ending.
Yeah, the ending was spoiled, and I think that they like the 30th spot not being going to anybody else other than Nikki Bella. Yeah. Who I was happy with Nikki Bella there. I thought but if she was there a little earlier instead of like and giving it to like Jade Cargill, that match would probably been like a B+ or A to me. Next up, we had the tag team titles on the line. The WWE Tag Team Championships. Are they SmackDown or just called Tag Team Champions?
This is SmackDown.
DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns. I thought the match was a banger.
I agree, it was a banger. I like the pace of the match. Yeah, it was like constantly moving. It was constantly move after move after move, and it was a good use of like these guys like showing DIY as the heels. Yeah, like they were doing all the dirty moves, all the dirty tricks,
going underneath the ring and coming out the other side.
Coming to the other side. Tripping, like grabbing the other guy's leg.
Fake
tag. I like the fake tag a lot when they did that. I just like they just kept like being basically dicks controlling the match. Yeah. And even when they when they got the first fall, they were being confident, they were being cocky, and I liked all the tag moves. There was like a bunch of tag moves. That's what I like. That's
tag team wrestling.
That's tag team wrestling at its best. Yeah,
when both guys do, like, they have the combinations, and I think that's what Motor City Machine Guys are so good at, right? Like they have this whole tag team wrestling moves that they've built over like years and years of wrestling together.
Even DIY had some sick tag moves. Yeah, and I just like when I saw the time of the match, it was like 14 minutes. I thought it was like much shorter because it just felt like it was much shorter.
It was fast paced,
and just kind of like mentioning, I didn't like the crowd's reaction in this match because I thought it was a good match. I was like, this is a solid match, and the crowd's just like, okay, I don't know what's. Like, you could tell they're kind of casuals at this point. Like, they don't know who these guys are. Yeah. They're only here for like Roman Reigns.
You'd expect Indianapolis. You got the Colts, one of the boring teams in the league. You expect some excitement, right?
They got the Indiana Pacers. Like, come on,
Pacers are exciting.
Are they?
They're fast paced. But the crowd was whatever in this match. But I do think that this is like a good match for like the rest of the tag team division, at least. 100%. It kind of brought back the whole division as like a whole. They could easily build off this. At the end, they had Street Profits showing up. So I think this is going to set up for a big match at WrestleMania, probably.
100%. I just want to mention one thing about the tag team division. I feel like SmackDown does a much better job with the tag team division than Raw. Raw, it seems like there's only 2 tag teams. Yeah. It only seems like it's the Judgment Day and then the Viking Raiders. Yeah. And it just seems like the
War Machine.
The War Machine. I don't know what they're called. I just feel like there should be one tag titles. Yeah. They shouldn't do Raw and SmackDown because I feel like it'd be more competitive if it was just that. Because then you don't need a bunch of stables. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like you got LWO, you got Rey Mysterio and his crew, and like these guys, like they fight for the tag titles, but they're not gonna win the tag titles.
How many tag teams are on Raw? Anyways, I think 3, maybe at the top of my head. I think SmackDown has 5, definitely. From what I can remember.
Yeah, is Austin Theory and
they're a tag team.
See, they should be a tag team on Raw. I feel like they should be. They should be against the War Raiders. I kind of feel like it'd be a much better matchup.
Well, I think Judgment Day is probably out of the picture with what's face JD McDonough getting hurt. Yeah. So now you're gonna have a new tag team step up on Raw. Yeah. Which they'll need. I mean, SmackDown's going to be cooking now. I think we're going to get a TLC match at WrestleMania. Probably get a match between the Street Profits and DIY at Elimination Chamber or something like that. Close to Elimination Chamber. And set that up.
Hopefully, maybe it could even be a triple tag match at Elimination Chamber, maybe. Yeah. But I kind of feel like you're right. The 100% of the tag division is back with these 3. Because they all 3 of them are unique in a sense. Like they do like their own shit, and you know what the most important thing is they do like a bunch of high flying great things, and so I kind of like that.
Yeah. What do you grade this match?
I'd give it a B+.
Same. I think it was. I think this match took it to another. I think there's like a theme in this on the pay per view how each match got better and better throughout the show.
100%.
I think this was a B+ as well. All right, let's talk about the undisputed WWE Championship match, a ladder match between KO and Cody Rhodes. This match was another banger.
It was a sick match, just like from the beginning to the end, it was just like a quality match.
So many good spots. But I want to talk about KO before we get into the match.
Go ahead.
KO entering this match, I was just looking at him. He's back to being a serious main eventer in my eyes. Like for a while there, he was looking at the tag team with Sami Zayn, and then he had the thing with Randy Orton for a whole year pretty much.
Yeah.
And now this whole feud has taken him to that level he was at like maybe years ago when he was Universal Champ. And I think he's a main eventer again. You gotta like heel KO is probably one of the best heels in the game. And he was just killing in this match too.
I 100% agree. I didn't watch him when he was in. I just remember the friendship thing.
Yeah,
that's all I remember.
Yeah.
I didn't watch him much, but I feel like I agree with you. I think he's the best heel in the business right now. Like this KO right now is the best heel in the business right now.
Right.
The way he just comes out every week, just promo after promo. He does a great. That's the thing about him is he's great on the mic. He's great in the ring, and he just pushes it every single week. He just makes it better. And every week it's just attacking someone else, and that's what I like.
Yeah, you know what's sick about him too? Like even outside of the ring, outside of WWE,
yeah,
is like but people are also complimenting him on this match too. They're saying he did a good job of putting the match together. You know, and this match was like unreal match, a ladder match. The best way they had so many good ladder spots that like it's hard to mention. Like the Alabama slam at the end.
At the end, even when he slammed him on his head.
Yeah.
Off the top rope.
Yeah.
That was a sick spot.
Yeah.
The amount of times he just kept power bombs. The amount of times he just would like he grab the small ladder, joke around, but jump it off there, and then just like tease the audience and shit. I was like, this guy's a perfect heel.
Yeah.
The fact that like the way they're just building him up is just solid.
In my eyes, like they have like a lot of stars right now in WWE, right? Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, all these guys who are considered legit main eventers. He kind of reminds me of like Kurt Angle in the Attitude Era, where he's like, he is a main eventer. Like Kurt Angle was in the Attitude Era, but he's also like used to going anywhere else, wherever the company needs him, he'll be there. And he's also one of the best wrestlers on the roster.
100%. He fits anywhere.
Yeah,
he'll give you a banger match. It doesn't matter if he's wrestling for the Intercontinental title or if he's wrestling for the WWE match title, and he'll just give you the best matches.
The Alabama spot though, that was something. That was paying homage to his boy himself.
His boy himself,
Crawley.
Yeah, the most underrated motherfucking name. But
that's you were saying that's what you liked, right? Like that he just.
Yeah, I like that he gives homage to
pays homage to guys he's wrestled
to he wrestled or to who he looks up to.
Yeah,
The Cody Cutter to Randy Orton.
Even the pedigree sometimes.
And
I think one time he said that if he wrestles somebody like 3 times, he steals to steal one of their moves. And somebody got, I think it was like one of those, I forgot what his name was. There's another wrestler who's like, you can't do that. That's bullshit.
So he's stealing the center from. Okay. You know what I want him to do? I want him to do the Shattering Dreams one time.
Yeah.
Just
same.
But
I want to see him steal the pump up powerbomb from KO.
Oh,
that's the best move.
That's the best. Yeah, it is. That's a sick move.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like he should have kept that as his finisher.
I thought Sami Zayn was good in this match too. Like he brought the drama.
Yeah, he did bring the drama. You know what? I want to talk about Sami Zayn. His storyline is perfect.
Yeah.
Like all the talk about him, like he's gonna do this, he's gonna
be a world champ.
I'm gonna be a world champ, and then he just does nothing. Yeah. Even in the Rumble, he does nothing.
Yeah.
It's just perfect because he's like you could tell he's building, it's like building up to it for him, like getting like he's gonna turn heel.
I think he's a snap at some point.
He's a snap at some point. And that guy with Karrion Kross, him just I like Karrion Kross too. As this guy just yapping.
I like him as a character too.
Like how he just like he's a perfect instigator.
Yeah.
He just like starts talking in their ear, and he just waits until like they snap, like how he did to the Miz, and how he does now. He's doing that to Sami Zayn slowly.
Exactly. I think Sami Zayn, like these spots where he's just like another character who's like kind of plays like an emotional character in a way.
Yeah.
Like he did the Bloodline. He was kind of like this like the baby face who's just there like concerned about everything.
Yeah.
He does a good job of playing that role every time. He gets me. He sucks me in every time. I'm like,
he does. Every single time I think he's gonna do something. He does it. He doesn't pull the trigger. Right. You think he's gonna help Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
You could tell like he wants to help Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And he doesn't. Even when he like Kevin Owens like about to do the apologize to him, he's saying no, but he doesn't really like stop anything. And then when Cody picks him up, Cody like does a whole 180.
Yeah.
He still doesn't do anything to stop it. He just says okay. He just watches from the sideline.
At the end of the match, I liked when Cody was just standing over them and said he deserved it. He deserved it.
Yeah. That was a six. That was
shot.
That shot.
He was just dead, bleeding.
Yeah, and he got Sami Zayn's holding him. Like I said, I said that picture to you earlier. It's like that Rocky. You know, he's Rocky. KO's Apollo Creed, and he's Ivan Drago.
That's probably one of the best matches of Cody's title run. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
That's probably the best match.
I think it is the best match.
Yeah. What do you give this match?
I would give it an A.
Same.
I would just say
that was a banger match.
Solid banger match.
I'd watch it again.
I would too.
KO at Royal Rumble is like one of the. I think he's had so many great Royal Rumble matches, like just single matches. Yeah, 0-7 now, I think.
0-7.
Yeah, but he puts on a banger.
Put it on a banger every single time.
He's like LeBron James in the finals.
He is
losing, but he's there. All right, let's talk about the main event, the men's Royal Rumble. I thought this is probably one of the best Rumbles of all time, like top 3,
we
top
did,
4.
To be honest, we did the ranking.
Yeah,
we did
go watch it.
Go check it out. Yeah,
I'll put it up here.
And it's. I would say right now, I'd say this was my favorite Rumble.
Yeah,
I would say right now, personally, like just like the star power. Like how many legends? Like these are like proper like legends.
Future Hall of Famers.
Future Hall of Famers. All at the same time wrestling.
I mean, they started off with the Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio versus Penta, and I thought that was a good start. You know, you get people into it. Penta's a new guy up and coming. You have a legend, and they face off. Chad Gable comes in the Luchador storyline with him right now, and then Carmelo Hayes, and then when Santos Escobar came up. Santos Escobar used to be a Luchador too back in the day, apparently.
Oh, okay.
So that's why he was in like there was kind of a big deal with him. But then I think the match really started picking up when guys like Braun Breaker showed up.
Yeah, Braun Breaker showed up.
Braun Breaker showed up, and then Speed showed up. That was probably like a good way to keep you entertained early in the match.
When Speed showed up, I'm gonna tell you this much. Speed, I feel like he's better than Logan Paul.
Speed's a natural born athlete, man.
Yeah,
he's unreal.
This guy's unreal. The fact he did a flip, the spear.
He's a future. He put on some muscle. He's in the ring. He'll be a star for years.
He'll be a star, 100%.
Honestly, the pop that happened in that arena after he shows up with the song.
Yeah, World Cup.
I like that song too. And I was singing it, low-key. When he came out, and then everybody goes nuts, and the whole crowd just started singing. And you could see him shifting from being nervous to being like, "Oh shit, here we go."
Yeah, he was hyped. Like he was just hyped in the ring, and even like him like eliminating Otis.
Yeah,
that was sick. Him, Braun Breaker barking at each other.
Yeah. And him doing the Sui and then the backflip,
and then the spear. The way he took the spear, solid selling.
Honestly, like the spear and then getting tossed onto the table. That might have been like the best like spot of the match right there. That spot of the match right there.
I was gonna say, I said I was joking. I said that Speed was better than Logan Paul, but you know what? I gotta give it to these YouTube guys. You know, KSI.
They know how to put a show.
He sold the RKO like when he got RKO'd, he sold it well. Speed sold it well when he came in. I just gotta say, They when they get like these are proper like remember they used to bring in celebrities all the time. Yeah. Those celebrities suck compared to like
these YouTubers who actually know how to entertain
in
the modern world.
100%.
They're perfect for the WWE.
They're perfect for the WWE.
But then he gets eliminated. He gets speared by Braun Breaker, who tosses him out of the ring. Braun Breaker to me looked like future of the WWE in this match. Like just watching him like throughout the whole match, you're like, oh, he's getting some big moments, and he even like just the way he spears people too. He just has a look.
Yeah,
he just looks like a monster.
100%, best spear in the game, best spear of all time.
Yeah, of all time for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
He's that's a Raven fullback right there. Former Raven fullback.
The spear's a solid spear.
Yeah, deadly spear. And then Jacob Fatu, Jacob Fatu had a stare down, right?
Yeah, they did, and then they got interrupted.
I would like to see that match. I mean, Jacob Fatu when he showed up. I felt like the energy just shifted in the whole match. You're just like, oh, now it's a little more serious. So you go from Speed to like Jacob Fatu. You're like, oh shit, now this is real.
I love Jacob Fatu. I think he's climbing up. I think he might be my favorite wrestler.
Right.
But they ruined it when they brought Braun Strowman into the match. Yeah. Like they just ruined the whole. Like you just did that 1 week of building his character up. You just ruined it in 1 second.
They should have at least been out for like a month.
Like probably. He should have been out for a while.
Yeah.
And then like came back and like maybe had his revenge. But like, what's the point of like doing all that vicious stuff only for him to be like a week later, yeah, fine, nothing happened.
Yeah.
Is it like because they needed like a big man in the Rumble? Like you don't need it. We talked about this last time. Big men are always like they never know how to use big men in the Rumble. They don't. And I remember I saw Santi Zap say the same thing. He's like big men in the Rumble suck. They all suck.
They do.
It's just like there's no point.
Because the thing is with the big man, it's like how do you eliminate it? Sometimes like how do you eliminate him, and then like you don't. It's so hard to book them. Like we've seen big men just get tossed over the ring a few times.
Yeah,
and then they look like they're nothing. And then other times like there's 20 people got to take him out. Everybody got it, and the ring has to work together to take them out.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense sometimes.
It makes no sense.
But Jacob Fatu did ruin a good moment when Joe Hendry was doing a show.
100%.
Just give him a super kick. Joe Hendry, I think, is another guy that WWE signs the way it did with Jordan Grace. They're gonna sign him for sure in the future.
I agree.
He's perfect for them. Everything about him, I've seen a lot of other promos from him. Like he had one about he had one on TNA. It was really good. I forgot what's his name. Matt Cardona. That's what he did. He roasted Chelsea Green's husband. Yeah. Matt Cardona. He used to be in the WWE too.
Zack Ryder, right?
Zack Ryder, yeah, and he did a pretty good promo about him. So this guy, he's 100% like his style of promo and everything. The WWE could easily kill it with his and produce like a lot of good segments for him. So this guy is a future WWE superstar in my opinion.
Okay, I agree. You gotta collect talent wherever you can.
Yeah, and then we got my boy Tribal Chief showing up right after. I mean, the entrances they had like after.
Yeah. I thought Roman, to be honest, I thought Roman was gonna win when they give him pyros. Like whenever they give someone pyros, I guarantee that like, kind of guarantees their victory.
Charlotte Flair had pyro, and then Roman. I think Penta had pyro too at the beginning of it.
Yeah, but that's the beginning of the match.
But Penta was also like the Iron Man of the match, 42 minutes, so he deserved it too. But Roman Reigns comes in, and that's when like we start to get into the next level of the match too, because right after Roman Reigns shows up, he does his thing. Him and Braun Breaker face off. Then Drew McIntyre shows up. Yeah, that spot. He sold the spear too. That's how you put up the future, right? Yeah. Put over the future right there. Drew McIntyre
shows up for it was funny because when Drew McIntyre showed up and he gave that whole speech, I kind of felt like there would be more of a feud in the match, which there wasn't. Right. I kind of feel like they should have pushed that a little bit more. Yeah. But they didn't.
I feel like he should have hunted him a lot more than he did.
100%.
The initial part where he just went after
him. He should have just because he's like all like for like last 4 weeks all we talked about is I gotta stop Roman Reigns. Yeah. I gotta stop Roman Reigns.
Or anybody who's helping Roman Reigns.
That's why I kind of feel like it would have been like more I liked when Damian Priest eliminated him because that kind of like shows a pattern of like Damian Priest is always spoiling this guy's big moments. Yeah. Right? But I kind of felt like it would also been another big moment if Roman Reigns eliminated him. Oh yeah, kind of building more on that storyline.
Like him getting frustrated.
Yeah, him getting more frustrated because like Roman Reigns did it, or even Jey Uso eliminating him too.
I think he was kind of underutilized in this match. You know, he kind of had that like a Jey Uso Sami Zayn moment where Jey Uso super kicked Sami.
Oh yeah, he did have that moment.
He was part of that, but I think he could have been more vicious in this match, like kind of like going after 100%. Those guys because he's been talking shit about them for like months, right?
Yeah, 100%. And even when he was coming down the ring, all he's looking at is Roman talking shit. Yeah. And
he was probably underutilized. 100%
underutilized. And speaking of underutilized, Finn Balor.
Yeah, his entrance zero pop. I didn't know like
I didn't know when his entrance came on. I was like, who the hell is this guy?
I had no idea who it was. I was like, who the hell? I had no idea who he was.
See, this would have been a perfect time because now JD McDonough is out. Right? Yeah. This would have been a perfect time to bring out his old theme song. Yeah. And just use him as like just change who he was.
I think they're gonna use it for a storyline now where they have like him versus Dominic Mysterio and break up Judgment Day. What they should because Judgment Day I think it's run its course.
Judgment Day ran its course like 2, 3, 4 months.
I think after SummerSlam it was kind of over.
It was kind of cooked at that point.
They need to bring that old song back for sure.
100%. That song was. I remember when he became champ. Not became champ. I forgot what match it was, but I remember I came back to watch him. I'm like, yo, this guy's sick. Yeah. And
speaking of old themes, there was like, let's talk about AJ Styles.
Oh, AJ Styles
he came back with his old theme.
He was sick.
I think he's a face now, so he came back. Looks good still.
I seen a lot of people talk about they're glad that he came back because I could.
Him versus John Cena, yeah. That was
I don't know about what happened between him and John
Cena. Probably one of the best top 5 rivalries of John Cena's career. Oh. And it was like later in his career too. They had like a bunch of banger matches. And John Cena beat him for like the 16th time when he became a 16-time champion. Okay. He beat him. And not this belt up, but like one of them.
One of the other ones.
Yeah.
The one of the copy card.
The ones with the ones they had before.
The WWE. The ones with Roman's had, basically.
Yeah. When John Cena showed up, that's like another fucking big moment. Yeah. And then I think right after that, that's when it started piling on with John Cena shows up and then they have like the stare down with him and Roman Reigns.
And he does that position.
Yeah, he's like never give up. And then CM Punk shows up and then we have another spot where those two are staring at each other. And then Seth Rollins finally shows up and they start just scrapping all 4 of them. And that's probably the peak of the match, just Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. The storytelling, that angle of 100%. Them like looking at each other. Or Roman Reigns looking at him, them teaming up and clearing the ring for a bit.
Yeah, like both of them, like Shield working together. Him, Seth Rollins stomping John Cena, and then stomping CM Punk after Roman Reigns Superman punched John Cena.
That elimination though, getting both CM Punk getting them both out, and then Logan Paul eliminating CM Punk.
It's just
whatever happened outside the ring though, that was a peak of the match.
100%. That was probably the best moment. Yeah. But I gotta say, I like the reoccurring themes they keep using. The fact that they keep using that feud between Roman and Seth is always costing them.
Yeah, it is.
They're never gonna get over that feud, and they always every single time they get a chance, they always screw each other over. Yeah. And I like the theme of like CM Punk always screwing himself over. Yeah. Because he just can't. He just has to be. he always has to spoil it, and he has to be cocky about it.
Yeah. But outside the ring when Seth Rollins stomped Roman Reigns twice.
When he stomped him with the 2 feet, I was like, God damn!
And then on top of the fucking steel steps. That's just a murder. This is my prediction here right now. I'm going to give it my WrestleMania prediction. I feel like that match has to happen this year.
Roman versus
Seth Rollins. Like, or it's building up for the three of them are building up for Elimination Chamber, the Elimination Chamber match. Those three, John Cena and like
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre, one more person in that match. Cause John Cena's already in the match, guaranteed. Probably Damien Priest or something. Like, I think they're probably gonna have SmackDown and Raw guys in probably at this point. I think either we get Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns eventually. That's gotta
100%.
happen. I mean, next year we might get Rock versus Roman Reigns, but Seth Rollins, I think heel turn's coming up. I think we're gonna get a bunch of new batch of heels finally.
You keep saying it. I agree with the stable idea, dude.
Yes.
Rollins.
I think that's a post WrestleMania thing that happens.
Rollins,
Drew McIntyre
and KO.
Because they're all done with Roman Reigns shit.
Yeah.
But the ending of this match, so the women's match was probably predictable because you said Charlotte Flair was going to win.
Yeah.
But this one, we thought you had John Cena, I had CM Punk.
Yeah.
Once CM Punk got eliminated, I thought John Cena was going to win.
I thought John Cena was
I
going to win.
thought it was his match. I was like, this is so predictable. You need the whole time. And then the fact that Jey Uso won, I'm happy.
You know what? I see a lot of people crying online about it.
Yeah.
But like
all you kids crying online.
Yeah. You know what I don't get is like for years people always complained about they never put the hardworking talent.
Yeah.
Talent over. They always put the part-timer in.
Yeah.
So now finally the guy that's been there for the whole year,
who's been hustling for 10 years,
10
working
years,
his ass off for 10 years, and now it's a problem that he wins.
It's a problem. And not only that, he had the most wrestling matches in 2024.
Yeah.
And now you got a problem with him winning the thing. He's the most over guy in the company on his own with the fucking averages yeeting all the time. And now you get a problem with him winning.
The one thing that I guess the one criticism people have of him is that once the bell rings, the match isn't great, which is true. Like his in-ring ability isn't that good, right? But John Cena didn't have that many moves when he was in the ring,
100%.
right? Like he had 5 moves of doom. Everybody remembers that, right? Like the shoulder, the fucking one move, and the 5-knuckle shot with the FU.
The only time I ever saw him ever use other moves is when he became the U.S. title and he would have the open challenges.
Yeah.
That was the only time. That was so late in his career.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, if you'd watch, it would be the same thing over and over again. It'd be like he's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna come back. He's gonna get finisher 7 times, and he's gonna come back, do his things. Do the 5-knuckle shuffle, do the backdrop, do the shoulder tackles, and then he's gonna win the match. Yeah. That was one of the reasons why I personally quit wrestling, because I kind of personally it was just too predictable. Yeah,
but so with Jey Uso winning though, I think him challenging the World Heavyweight Championship is a smart move, because now it makes the World Heavyweight Championship actually mean more, right? Because before everybody was like, oh, it's gonna be the WWE title, the Royal Rumble winner versus the WWE champion Cody Rhodes, but now it's Gunther versus
100%.
Jey Uso. We know it's gonna happen. It actually brings value to the title more. It legitimizes it more.
And is it gonna be two years in a row where Gunther loses his title?
I think it will be, right? It has to.
Is he gonna get his Kofi Kingston moment, basically?
Yeah, Jey Uso, he deserves it.
I think he deserves it. I think he's gonna do that, and then next he's gonna get McFoleyed. Next on Monday Raw, he's out. I guarantee that's what's gonna happen. Watch, mark my words.
I think he's a perfect guy because people, his merch sells well, kids love him.
100%.
It's big for him.
100%.
And then people are always like, kids love John Cena, but John Cena's not a full timer and he's a part timer still.
Part-timer.
Even though he's his last year, he's not showing up to the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, he's not here for a whole month again.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Yeah. You know who's gonna be here on Monday night? Jey Uso.
He'll be there this Monday, next Monday.
Yeah, he's gonna be there.
That?
Yeah, he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
And John Cena's out, so I don't know what the complaint is.
What would you give this Rumble?
I would give it an A.
Same.
Solid A.
A. I would say I like this.
If we're doing tier list, it'd be battling between the 2020 Rumble, 2001 Rumble. Yeah, it'd be up there.
It'll be up there.
Quality Rumble just throughout. Star power. I don't think we ever see star power like this.
Oh, in a Rumble. For sure. This is probably the best time of the year to be a wrestling fan, because all these stars are
coming back. Because wrestling's hot again, people.
We're back. We're so back. Thanks for watching another Buller Brothers wrestling YouTube video. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. See you next time.